Okay, it has been a fairly long weekend. It's actually Tuesday. Get the cab off and then wash all the parts, keep all that clean, then get the heads off, wash all those parts. I'm gonna keep stripping everything down and keep piling it up on there. The cleaners are warming up right now. I got me a little bit of heat blowing here just because I like to be like overly warm. They ripped both of them out. They ripped the holes that mount this up here, and then they ripped it down on there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the engine out, and then we'll power wash it up under there, and he's done. He's wire brushed. This has blown head gaskets. Go ahead and do lifters too, because it's well broke in now. I really don't care what the cylinders look like. They'll go a long time before you actually have a cylinder issue. I mean, obviously I probably want to paint the block, so we don't want to take too much apart so I can power wash it without completely disassembling it. Really like to wash these wires off. Transmission harness needs to come off. That stuff needs to be gone, but I also want to wash it. With how exhaust is nowadays, I used to be able to buy exhaust $300 freaking. It's just some damn pipe. So I am not going to give the $700 for exhaust. I'm not doing that. Cut that off right there and connect the new exhaust to that, and you can go stock down pipe to 4-inch or even 5-inch. Most of it will all fit. It'd give you a real deep, throaty sound. Of course, I don't really want that on here. It'll not be loud. I mean, it's supposed to be our hauling truck. It's gonna be pulling our 40-foot triple axle. I'm going to be listening to that damn thing droning going down the road. It can always be changed later, but my idea right now is to heck with your $700. I'm gonna get a freaking $20 piece of pipe, put it in there. That'll let it breathe, and we can carry on. And any exhaust we do anyways, we'll go from here back. I mean, granted, yeah, I like the bigger downpipe. It's all fine and dandy, but I spend a lot of time screwing with it. I tell you, there's some fairly resourceful. I mean, that's the one that goes on the driver's side, but you know, the spacing is the same, so it's the recommendation for which way you put the glow plug wire on. You can run it just however the hell you want. It doesn't really matter. What a mess. Look at that crap. I guess it sits on your lot for almost a decade. You can expect some of that. Something was up there living on it. We have now taken its home from it. Okay, this is the first set that I've actually ever taken off of these crappy exhaust manifold gaskets. And it doesn't look like they were a catastrophic reason for concern. They broke all apart and they're, I mean, yeah, freaking junk. Glow pump cover looks wonderful. Does not look like it's been replaced, but it looks pretty freaking good. We'll get the pump out now. Okay, so this right here says we got extended oil change intervals going on with the old white dually. I've never even driven it enough to change the oil in the damn thing. Julie drove it up here to the shop. It was 130 miles. That's the longest drive we've ever done in it. Right now, we're gonna put them in bags and box them, and then I'm gonna clean them right before we put them back in. These injectors were fairly decent, so hopefully they stay fairly decent. I mean, Julie just about kept up with all the parts, huh?
Yep.
Bust those loose, the 213s, and do like a quick 1-second hit with the Milwaukee. That'll give it a couple of turns up. Do the same for all these 10s. See how they're all raised up above? Yeah, they're all loose, so they're not tight at all. That one right there was really hard to thread out. We're gonna have to pay attention to see what the hell's going on with that. And loosen these 10s also at the same time in reverse sequence. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And I'll loosen the head bolts now, the studs, in reverse sequence as well. I don't know, that's just what I do. Have to get these out like that, but look at the other end. That's from not even bothering to clean the freaking hole out. I'm sick and freaking tired of push rods leaking freaking oil all the time. So when I pull the push rods out, use a blow gun. And I blow out a little bit. Sometimes it's just like that. Now we're left with this. Sandpipes separated, so now is a good time to take those out. Take them out right now. Of course, we're probably gonna trash these anyways. I don't know. Oh my God. Is this black diamond head gaskets? What's the part number say? Well,
Give me your
clean
towel.
Nothing. No name. They're no-namers. And they look like absolute horse crap. They look like shit. Not good at all. That block looks like crap. Let's look here though. Surfaced. See how clean that is right there? You can see the ridges in it here. Yeah, right there. You see all them ridges? Factory does not put ridges that close. So these heads were surfaced. They just didn't do any kind of service by putting those freaking crappy head gaskets on.
It touched there, and it touched there, and it touched there.
Oh yeah, we got a line right there.
Ooh. That's actually a pretty good divot. That's like...
Look how uneven that is. Look, it's smashed there, but nowhere here. It's...
Yeah,
if the valve is hitting right there and smashing into crap, it should hit the whole valve nice and even because, you know, everything's flat. It hit every single one of them, huh?
On this side, so far.
Yep, so every single one got hit. Black diamond head gaskets. They tried by surfacing. He just didn't try hard enough. How's the cylinders look? Shit, like crap.
Oh, it's a good run it size. Run it just like that.
Get this nasty son of a gun the heck out of here. I used the ratchet strap onto the lift. It's gonna be a big old wash day tomorrow. It's gonna be time to clean this thing up. We need some paint. So, and that transmission's gonna be a mother. That thing's gonna be a pain in the butt. That's gonna suck. But I pretty much have everything disassembled. I got all the lines off, all the fuel lines, even all the way back to the pump are gone. Chassis harness is spun all the way back there. It's put up. It's out of the way. The transmission harness, engine harness, all that stuff is off the truck. It's hanging on all that. And tomorrow we can clean this transmission and transfer case and make them look somewhat decent. Then we can get a fat coat of paint on here and be back to like a normal job. I always try to get paint on there when I'm painting under the body. I also do a quick swipe right there, just knock some of that off because I mean, that's the fender bracket. That's notorious for rusting bad. But right now it's all free, and Julie got a second engine hoist because I want the engine to be hanging from the hoist while we clean it. And for us, I think I would rather just let the engine blow the hell up and throw a rod out the side before I go doing a whole bunch of freaking crap to this thing. And because I just, you know, just because they put some heads on it that banged all over all the pistons and got witness marks everywhere doesn't mean that, you know, we can't go ahead and keep running it. These are the most stout short block of just about any damn engine you could come up with. A 6-liter short block is very stout, very hard to damage, other than the lifters. You can easily damage the lifters, but as far as mains and piston damage and cylinder damage, all that crap causing this truck to be broke down, it can run for a long, long time. And who knows, I might wind up selling this damn thing one of these freaking days. Who knows? So we kind of wanted to have it as utmost and good as possible. Just like that. It's dark here. I know I haven't put the lights up because we haven't painted the cab yet. Take the lights back down, paint, put the lights back up. We're gonna paint and then put all the lights up. So right now, this is just tear down. There ain't nothing good to see any freaking ways. We don't need lights on this crap. All right, engine out. Dirty as a son of a gun. We got the engine hanging out right here. The heads, I went ahead and cleaned them and painted them. They'll be just fine. I'm thinking about not surfacing it because they've already been surfaced. Leave the transmission lines and get as much cleaning as I can before we take them off. I gotta take the little stud off. Sometimes the end of the threads get all gummy and you can't get the nut all the way off, so it spins out the whole stud out of the upper oil pan. It's okay. Doesn't really matter if water does get in there. Yeah, it's freaking nasty. Look at that crap. That is a picture book bed plate leak right there, though, in case you was wondering. That sure as hell is. Because I might not pull any equipment out on this whole job. We might not uncover any of it. Reseal lifter job. If we don't touch the mains right now, this engine, this crankshaft is guaranteed spinning free as can be right now. We take all the rods off, I can spin that very, very easily. So that goes against bed plate jobs. You can't verify that the crankshaft spins freely all by itself. Not when you got all the rods connected to it and the ring pressure and it's just, I don't like it. I don't like doing it. I'd much rather feel that crankshaft spin before I bang all the rods on the journals. That's where my thought process is with this. I mean, it's just, it sucks to do something half-assed when I feel like we could do it better. And so just taking the bed plate off and shoehorning it back on, I don't like it. I don't like doing it. I want to be able, like I said, I want to be able to spin the crankshaft independent of the rods anytime we touch the mains. There's one. You know what? I'm gonna give no concern to these at all. I'm gonna put this sucker back in the truck and let her eat. Let's see if we can't knock a head off a valve or something because they're hitting. And then I refer back to Chris's, how his witness marks on a cylinder head that we did. We took an engine back apart and the valves hit the pistons on that one. They hit them. I mean, it's besides the fact that the valve spring broke. That's the reason why it hit it, but it did hit and they were ridiculously even. Look at that right there. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see a fat gouge divot. It was definitely there. On the left, not so much, which means it's not physically symmetrical with where the freaking piston is. Okay, same with that one. A little bit more on the left than on the right by far. What does that mean? I don't know. I mean, pay attention. Obviously, do the best we can to get them straight up and down. I mean, that's like, you know, the basics of a freaking, what we're doing here. Correct geometry, and that's not correcting it. That's fixing it till it's broke, is what it's doing right there. All kinds of lines. That one's got double line on it. What the hell's it got double line on it? Valve moving that much, got 250 thousandths run out. Ooh, damaging. There's some crap was going on there. I don't know, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? And then cylinders are gonna be another one. You know what? I wanna have an option because, you know, I would like to get more trucks done. Okay, so I'm gonna give an option now for people to send your truck with 10 grand in the glove box and we'll put something together that probably leaves every single bearing that the truck came with. TA29 or something and just caulk it like a freaking bathroom joint. Because I need to like fast forward like this, and then I'll be 5 years in the future. Because then we could look back at it and actually know if we're just ghetto rigging, hodgepodging some crap together. But the only reason why I'm doing it, history has shown that these bed plates, these crankshafts, these main bearings, if we don't touch them, they will last a million freaking miles. They will. As long as the lifters stay good, you don't send a bunch of metal through the oil system, which would be a lifter deal, right? So to change lifters, we take the rear cover off and not the bed plate. So if we put together a package where we just take the front and rear covers off, leave the bed plate, maybe have a little drop-down menu option that says caulk the joints. And there, by no means, if that thing leaks oil, we're gonna shrug our shoulders and be like, sorry about that. And we will not be readdressing a bed plate leak on a job like that, is what I'm getting. Like, well, chances are we won't be addressing any oil leaks at all. I mean, if it's gonna leak oil, it'll leak before it leaves the building here. So basically no oil leak warranty. We're going backwards. Okay, no oil leak warranty, but we seal them up better than anybody out there. It's a very good chance to find out if the truck gods are going to smile down on you or if they're gonna let you be the sorry sumbitch that hired somebody to put, but you hired whoever it was to put that on. Why didn't they, like, you know, send a video before the heads came off? Because most 90% of everybody says, oh, I don't know I'm not sure what head gaskets they used. I don't know. Everybody knows what we put on. You actually physically see the head gasket before we put the head on. Julie actually wasn't even in the room, so she didn't hear none of that. So she's gonna find out our new oil leak policy when the video comes out. And no surfacing, no machining, no equipment work, no engine building for $10,000. No guidance seat. We might vac it, but honestly, how we wash them with water, I can really kind of test the valves just by the water going in it. But
unless you do the rings, you really don't want to seal up the heads. So
yeah, we've been preaching that for years. Yeah, so now let's kind of practice what we want to preach job. But 12 grand gets you a fresh set of injectors. You want one of them Garrett freaking turbos with the cracks all over them, then it'll be 13 grand. So I'm constantly trying to evolve the routine for doing this. Right now I've got everything waiting on the Volvo to charge. I mean, it's got 3 engines, 50-inch TV, refrigerator, microwave. It's got all kinds of freaking crap in that sumbitch, and I just can't keep batteries good in it. I have a battery charger physically hardwired into the plug on it, so when you plug in the cord on the side for the shore power, it hits a charger and you can charge the freaking batteries off of it. It works pretty good, but it's not good on batteries to leave it plugged in all the time, so I try to run the batteries up and down. This damn thing needs, it's wash day for this old dirty bastard too. This is theirs at the farm. Dirty old bastard. We could give her a freaking little bath too. I don't know if it'll come off, we'll see. Got my mom's truck outside. We're gonna get it out of the way. This is the death wobble truck. That thing, I'm not focusing on it. I'm kind of, yeah. This is our truck too, geez Louise. We can't fix them all in one shot. Make note of that. Yes, you can kind of consider this an experimental job, okay? We're gonna go through this and we're gonna do it on a not perfect facade idea, okay? So this engine right here, we're gonna put all this together. I'm not gonna surface. I don't have all this so that I can use it on every single freaking engine that doesn't need it potentially. No, that can sit there covered up. It ain't bothering me none. I got it paid off, remember? It's all mine. So I don't owe anybody anything on it. It can sit there. So if we got a job like this, it's head gaskets, blown head gaskets, and a set of lifters while we're pulling it out, because that's just what, we do. New rear main, new front crank seal, reseal the front and rear covers, but no bed plate, no mains. Take the heads right here that have already been surfaced, that I actually painted them last night. Let's knock it up here. There you go. Okay, now that has been surfaced. Let's see the little rust crap on it? Yeah, so what? That's a freaking deck surface that we're gonna be touching. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely freaking horrible. Like, remember, these are the old dirty pigs that were on it. These guys. We'll go get Ron's truck from South Carolina with this engine right here. When we show up at Ron's, when we're in his driveway and you're watching that video up here that happened in the future, hadn't happened yet, these cylinder heads are going to be going, they're going to be running. These pistons that got bashes in them from all the crooked freaking valves that are all over the place, they're going to be bouncing while we're there picking Ron's truck up. Will we make it? And can we make your truck make it for $10,000? I absolutely would love to paint it with all the old sensors and everything in it. Paint it right now. Well, tighten that a little bit. And I'll just paint the hell out of it, and then we'll put all new shit in it. Those things were about the coolest damn investment that we found in a thrift store. Little clothes rack hanger things, and hang all kinds of crap from this sumbitch, and they're attached, so you can move them both. You move one and the other one just kind of follows along with you. Look, we got mud daubers on it. Remember, we're talking a decade. I had this sumbitch for almost a decade. Just get as much as I can off. That way when we do wash it, think about it, it's that much less that's gonna be laying on the floor anyways. Make a little curtain going down. Go ahead and power wash this in this spot right here, so the grease can be somewhat cleaned. It's already nasty. It's where we pulled the engine out. We got a whole bunch of crap that was out, just spread out in the shop, constantly trying to consolidate our crap. We need to get our cart back. Shit, there's a unison ring right there. Tell Frank. Let's walk back here. The heads, take a quick gander at them. They're already painted, ready to start doing. I'm not going to touch those, not even one little bit, until there's paint on the frame and it's drying, because that's our major time constraint. Is we got to do, and then the oil pan. And the oil pan is going to have to get painted. That's going to be the most frantic part of the whole job. Basically, it'll be an oil pan job is what we're doing. And that pan needs paint like a mother on it fast, because it takes days to cure for it to actually be dry, so you can put it on and not leave damn fingerprints on it. There's a lot of trucks that have fingerprints on it though. Hope we don't fry a starter out, because I am going to wash that starter and get a quick hit on the AC compressor, and maybe even the power steering pump as well. With the hot seat, and I might even do the fuel pump too. Heck, I don't know. We'll see. But I can do it right here in the sink, and everything stays pretty much contained. I don't think this is the wire brush table, so this all needs attention. I could do it right now, but Julie is fairly good at a lot of this crap, at knocking stuff out. I'm going to get as much of the big stuff done as we can and just have these parts sitting here, because that needs completely wire brushed out. All this stuff does. That's like filler work, kind of, I come back here, get grinding, I'll bang all these suckers out in like maybe hour and a half, but I need time to do it. I'd rather be out there. And while I spend that hour and a half, or probably more like 4 hours, okay, 4 hours actually, I want paint to be curing on that freaking chassis so that when we set the engine in, I can lean up against the frame and not have paint marks every freaking where. So yeah, it's a constant job to wait on paint to dry. That's all we're freaking doing. Let's go see. Under here. Oh my God, it came unplugged. I've been out here waiting on it and it wasn't even plugged in. Damn. I don't know if the engine's gonna start, but what we can do is let's try to start the APU. Since it hasn't been on, I will go ahead and heat the glow plugs up. It's not terribly cold out here. Let's go to auto. There it goes. Oh, she's not entirely happy. It's a diesel generator, it runs off the fuel tank. Okay, so if I kick that on, then that pushes pretty good power to the batteries, also above and beyond my charger. So start that first, let it run. I mean, it might as well run a little bit too. Might as well let that oil flow through. Kick the key on. Ready? Oh, damn, I didn't want to come out yet, but I'm kind of rushing. We need to move that truck and get the mule out of the box here. The mule is in the Volvo back here. So I'm gonna park the truck over on the side over there and then leave the ramps down, and I can just get the mule in and out. And then we'll pull the truck out, chassis out with the mule, and we'll get that truck out of the way so when we power wash out here, we don't get a whole bunch of crap all over everything that we have out here. Probably don't even have enough juice. It's kind of a drag to be trying to rush it like this. I don't really want to, but let's just freaking let her eat. Okay. That's a VED12 with 1.5 million miles on it. All right, I just hit the button. Problem is I can't freaking hear it now, so I have to actually walk over there and see if it did shut it off. But let's build some air. It hasn't started in a month, probably. Not too bad. We've got kind of a lot of work into this truck too. A whole bunch of work into it. See if the APU did shut off. Yep. Stop idling. Start saving. But I got the mule in here. Put this box on so we can haul the camper and take two side-by-sides and our camper. It works. All it does is make us want to haul more crap. Because now the truck that is inside the white dually that you're watching us do right now, I am envisioning it to pull this camper. And so if me and Julie decide we want to go somewhere and we want to go there for like a little period of time, we can put a car. We have a car in the double stacker right now. Wrap the double stacker to match the box, and then have the double stacker hooked to there with, I mean, I can have two cars and two side-by-sides in there. Two cars and one side-by-side. Washer, dryer, refrigerator, all that crap is in there right now. And then the white dually can pull this camper, because the camper is not built good enough to pull behind the Volvo. The Volvo does not let the camper release any energy here. The Volvo's rock solid. It weighs 32,000 pounds. The camper's 20. So when the camper goes bitches around the truck, in a pickup truck, the pickup truck bitches around. It lets the truck move and it releases energy from destroying stuff like this. Cracks going down, the front's falling out. She's, yeah. I did put a more ride hitch on it. That thing moves crazily. It moves around a lot when you're hooked to the truck because it slides on those bars. And my goal is to put this back to fifth wheel. Put it back to the more ride fifth wheel and put it on the white dually. And then she can drag this without a single care in the world. This is going to be the white dualies. This is going to be what the truck that we're building right now is being built to pull. is this camper right here. It's a 40-foot toy hauler. Phone was outside, it's fogging up. We're cleaning parts, getting all these parts done. I mean, I got most of it taken apart that I want to. But now we've got the strap hook to it. And we're gonna drag it out with the mule. Right now, and we'll get to power washing.
Let's see how much I get yelled at.
Yeah. And she's moving. Say bye-bye. Okay, we had to take off and go pay some dues. First time I've ever had to go buy fuel to put in the hot seat. The farm's always had fuel. Fairly simple problem to solve. The whole channel started out about the customer. The guy that I'm working on his truck, sit there and look and be far, far superior informed than as if his truck was anywhere else. Yeah, we've been trying to wash the mule for a long time. The mule is hooked to the chassis of the white dually right now. The white dually has got a date with the hot seat. It's always been scheduled to have that date. I've been BSing on washing the mule for freaking months. It's got mud on it from when seasons were different. I finally get to wash that damn thing. How nice.
You're just gonna wash under the cab and the engine at the same time?
I'm gonna do the engine first.
Okay.
Sprayed a little degreaser on it. Go ahead and helped degrade those bed plate seals because I'm not replacing them. So I just figured I'd put some degreaser on it. Go ahead and screw them up all the way. That way they'll really freaking leak when we're done. I mean, it kind of looks like shit. Oh, I want to get this off. I'm gonna bang this off real quick too. Running boards and the straps. Say bye-bye. Let's just do it. I really have not decided what I'm gonna do with this. So this power washing might take 2 days. It might. Well, or it's gonna be a really long night because this whole thing needs to come off. This needs to be washed first, exactly how it sits. It's washed right now. It's freaking dirty. And then stop. Pull all the push pins out with as much care as you possibly freaking can, and then lower it down and set it somewhere to dry so we can assess the situation later, and then hot seat underneath the whole thing too, right? That's how, you know, I mean, I would want it done. We put this transmission out of 2-wheel drive truck. That's why the helmet comes in massive handy. It's so nice.
And that's why I'm standing over here and not over there. Well, he's definitely making a watery mess out here. No, he gave the mule a bath. He might be about done. I'm not sure. I'll have to find out. I'm not gonna say it was really like oily dirty or road grime dirty because I haven't been driven on the road in years, but it was rusty dirty. So I'm just out here working away, watching the rust blow away. Watching all that rust blow away. Say it's looking good, dear. It's looking good. Lovely.
I mean, you kind of just gotta have just, you know, little balls here.
Yeah,
I'm
and
washing
the blowgun's right there.
with
So
the camshaft right there. Look, I got water spots on the camshaft. Yeah,
Oh.
you think it's like some fragile piece of something that can never touch any? I don't know, let's see. Oh, yeah.
dang, it matches the tarp.
It's getting there. Really need to put it upside down to paint it, but
It's still full of oil.
and we have to paint under the engine mounts, and we put the engine on the stand using the engine mount. So we
Well.
have to paint it like this. And I'm just freaking ghetto boogering it on there. It'll be nice and thick, fat freaking coat. And
You got it all over the floor. So, looks good, dear.
So it's all dried off under here. And I got the heater going and the fan going. It's pretty freaking windy right here. Tarp's blowing around in the wind. Julie's draining her barriers, the water barriers. They worked wonderfully, actually. They were nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Meantime, here's how the block looks. Yeah, look at that. I just went right on the top. I don't give a damn. It don't care either once I get done cleaning it. I got a little carried away in the front. I think for future, any other jobs, I think I'm gonna leave the front cover on and I'm just gonna cake the hell out of it everywhere I can get. Because I mean, all that'll come right off. I haven't got a little in the crankshaft. Oh, you little bastard. It'll be all right though. It'll be fine. I'll clean it all off. It'll come right off. Maybe. Hopefully. Front cover is kind of close. I mean, this is not going to be a real long-term job, I hope. All right, it's been a good long minute. They're still kind of freaking wet, but I think I am going to wire brush just a little bit, just a bit. And then we need a wire brush outside too. That frame looks like crap. Let's just go ahead and I'll pull that trim down right now. Let's get it out of there. Actually, hell no. Let's get all this crap picked up. Everything put back how it was, how it needs to be. Get the engine stand. I'm not doing any work on any freaking truck until we get all our stuff set up. Like this engine now is good to go on that engine stand. Right there. So, and then the engine hoist can go some damn where. I don't freaking know. Out there or something. I'll like, get the hell out of here. And have our little set up here and then put the box back over there. That way I can have, well, because I need a push pin puller to pull all this down. So since I need to get a push pin puller, I need to move everything in the whole freaking shop so that I can grab a push pin puller out of the box right here very easily. That's where we're at right now with it. I am going to go ahead and take these running boards off. And then I guess I'm going to gamble and take the straps off too. I just peeled this freaking part off. Look, it's all, I don't know what to do there, but we can open the doors with no running boards in the way, and I can probably like dark gloss, light gray, whatever the color is we do underneath. I'll probably do it there. Probably kind of somewhat match this on that whole piece under there because it's pretty much dying for it. This cab corner is wasted. I put this, we put the damn lift right above the freaking busted ass cab corner. That's pretty damn funny. What'd you do that for? Like all this crap. I mean, that's almost a hole in it. Right there. Yeah. These are freaking nasty. Might as well put a coat of black on them.
Yeah. Okay, this is not included in any kind of a job. Unless you come do it yourself. So.
Body work with a wire brush.
Yeah.
I'm just letting her eat and throw some on it.
There you go.
I mean, it needs,
But those look cleaned up good.
I'm not ready to fucking go ahead. Oh my God, I got big freaking pieces of truck falling out. It's like gone. Yeah, so I'm just gonna touch off, throw some paint on it. Maybe it'll slow it. Maybe.
Bring your own paint.
I mean, who wants to have like, you know, a somewhat fresh engine and still have lines from nasty crap and coolant pump failure lines? And so, I mean, we don't have to get too freaking carried away. This probably will look just fine.
Painting's easy unless you know how to do it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and I don't know how to do it, so it's very easy. All right, we decided to go ahead and bring it in. It's kind of chilly out. Look at the mule, it's all frosty. I did not want this metal, this frame to be freezing cold in the morning at all, desperately. So we went ahead and used the winch, and I hooked the winch back in the back. At least the mule fits over there. Yeah, that's fairly nice. But you can see it's also from it condensing from coming in, it's not dry. So it wasn't even ready for, it wouldn't have been ready. And then we're gonna put oil base. I'm gonna put this implement paint on it, on the rusty, nasty crap. Got sick and damn tired of the freaking having old marks of old stuff. So I just painted under the hood, hell with it. That color is what I'm envisioning this two-tone to be on the bottom. Just literally that can. Like that Rust-Oleum, whatever brand it is, that can, 2 times paint and primer, gloss dark gray. That's what that color is. I might want to do that on the bottom two-tone. Maybe. It might be a little dark. That's the kind of contraption that it takes when it's time to get that stud apart. Exhaust manifold paint on the lines. But we also have a whole bunch of grinding to do. Okay, so I'm not going to paint anything yet. I'd like to get some on the lines, so I'm going to go ahead and paint the lines. Get those coated. Hell, I don't give a shit how we do it. I don't freaking know. Because it'd suck to grind on this and then get metal crap all over that, making it dirty. That would suck. So I went around with that paint, painted all of this that had really any signs of rust on it. And sometimes if you paint over that implement paint, it'll crack and check all of it. So I've been kind of playing with what routine to do it in. Do I need to get the second coat on it when it's just a little tacky still? Can't let that implement paint dry and then paint over that implement paint after it's been hardened. I think we have a lot better luck if we paint it when we're a little tacky. It tends to stick to it a little better. And that concludes the overspray section of Cover the Mule here. We're not doing that. Let's push this out right now and then I'll pull the mule out. I got the mule freaking stuck in here, and me and Julie, I mean, we just can't pull it off. The ground is like smooth concrete and there's little pieces of dust everywhere. And yeah, we could sweep the floor, but we're physically incapable of pushing this truck backwards. You ever try to push a vehicle where you just can't move? We're having brake issues. It's a little locked up, so. Well, I've been painting enough stuff in here and the damn mule's got enough overspray on it. So let's go ahead and get this out because I desperately do not want to run the, I got a angle grinder with a cordless brush on it, with a brush, a steel brush. And I run over this whole thing and knock all that stuff off. Desperately don't want to do that in here. I've already done enough. Painted a little bit. I need to get this painted real fast because I think it checks really bad if I let this paint dry, which actually I need to shut this off. I coated everything, well, most of everything, well, whatever. But I coated a lot of it that was showing signs of rust with the implement paint. And just kind of slopped it around just to get something on it. And then I'll go back with this right here. And I need to do it fast, but we can't push the damn truck out. We can't, so we had to start the damn truck. Hurry up and let's get some paint on it. The sun's out right now. It'll do a lot of drying real quick. Okay, our contraption here, because we wanted to stay out of the water. Watch this, make sure, because there's no steering. I mean, that thing will run over and bang into the side of the freaking bay door, and now you got a screwed up freaking door. Let's not do that. Hopefully right outside, just barely out. Okay, I'm trying to give her hand signals. Just barely. Okay, done deal. Hopefully we can find the cordless or the corded grinder. I hate using the cordless just aimlessly out there when I'm trying to that. I've got a corded one somewhere around here, but that works wonderful. You can do a lot of work real fast with this guy right here. Okay, so I'm out of paint now. Oh, you can't see squat. I've got all the paint that we had in the building. Everything underneath here is covered, but not all the same color. Black, I used black. And then I just tried to cover everything up. I think I got most everything covered, but it's mixed matched paint a little bit. Black, little gloss, dark gray. So what I'm kind of thinking is, I mean, I really don't care. I just want paint on it. Nobody's gonna see it any damn way. So I might just take whatever I have the most color, throw some freaking blue camouflage streaks in there. That way, if I'm ever upside down, nobody can see me.
So he's gonna grind it all up. Oh, maybe he's already done this. If I remember correctly, we did that back before we painted it also. So. All right, there's the progress. Washing, grinding, painting.
Cut in with a rattle can.
And then figure out how to get this thing that don't roll back inside without blocking in the mule.
That doesn't roll for nothing.
No.
Rainy day, rainy day. Here's our progress. The wiring's all ready to be taped up. I decided not to go ahead and wash that. Oh, I got a lot to cut in to do. Look, I missed that. Okay. I use a rattle can to go around and get all the stuff we missed. And obviously I need to do a little more of it. It's all right. But here's where we're at. Frame is, I don't even know if it's all the way dry. Ah, Trixie, walking on the damn frame. Let's see if she stepped up here. See, we got dirt from blowing it off, but it's okay, it's still clean. Yeah, okay, so that frame, barring a little bit of touch up, it is where I was stating I wanted to be. I want paint to be curing on there, and then we'll come right over here. And now let's work on this side of the shop. Right now, we got to get upper oil pan, rear cover, flex plate off the truck. We got brakes to do though before we go to South Carolina. But get this all put together, get it in the truck, get it running, and let's see how the longevity is, which is a long test. We can't just test that right now. We have to actually drive the truck and use it. Way faster doing it like that than trying to tape it, mask it, and build it just before we even do any cleaning. Just get it freaking painted. Now the paint's done. I don't have to worry about it the whole rest of the job. Every time I look at that block, it's gonna have painted. So it's freaking done. Cylinder heads are still waiting where I said they were. Not gonna touch them yet for a minute. So before I come back here and finish up on that, I want to get the covers off, because when I go back there and I start running the bench grinder, I want the oil pan back there and the covers, the upper oil pan and the rear cover. That way when I'm wire brushing, I can wire brush those too. But once I do that, I want these deck surfaces clean and ready to accept everything new. So it's a process. Julie hung the damn skid plate by our little hanger thing. Got some paint on it. It'll be ready to throw back on the truck. Same with the little transmission bracket right there. Yeah, take it off, paint it, put it back on so it, you know, actually looks like you give a damn. Then lower it down, put it right next to it where the bolts all line up. Simple. And then we'll put the other side in after we get one side bolted. They don't touch at all on all of them. Get them as far as I can get them in, and then we can suck them tight. But don't just run one all the way in tight before you get all the rest of them almost all the way seated. Yeah. Ta-da. Okay, now, this stand is absolutely freaking worthless for anything like this unless you modify it. The Norco engine stand, that is like the engine stand, ain't worth a damn if you don't have some kind of real skinny engine hoist, because the damn thing don't even fit under their factory. So if you're gonna order this stand and think you're gonna just bring it in your garage and go ahead and rebuild your engine, you're gonna be mistaken if you have an engine hoist like this. You have to have one of those that the wheels are inside of the tube, of the square tubing, and it's a pain in the freaking butt. So now we got that side tight. We'll come over there and we'll bolt the other arm to here. We'll bolt it to here first, and then we'll line it up with that. That's kind of the last tricky thing, is get it lined up. So I got 2 drain pans here because, once again, when you take all of the oil out, oh, there's some water. So I want to get as much as I can out of here, and then that will keep that one from being ridiculously full. Now I got to leave a little trail somewhere, but it'll be all right. That was pretty sludgy. Oh yeah, this thing hasn't been cleaned off in a long time. Look how much it smashes down. Feels no metal, just all soot. That's freaking nasty. Anytime you change your oil, go ahead and wipe that off. Let's clean it. Look at all the nasty crap on the towel that was stuck to the end of the magnet. Not a big concern though. I mean, it might look like, well, let's look closer. I had no signs of metal anywhere. That oil is dark. I mean, I haven't changed the oil in it since like 10 years ago. Okay, so you got the 2 jugs of oil out. Now I'll just leave that, and well, now it's time to take the rear cover off before we flip it over. But I'm not taking the lifters out until after I sand the block. It always is a pain in the butt. You just have to be careful, brake clean, shop vac, blow gun, take your time. It's real kind of stressful to sand this and then have all that crap everywhere. So I don't worry about the coolant ports. We'll wash those out. I don't care about keeping it out of the coolant ports. The head bolt holes, we'll wash those out. The oil galleys, once we get the pan off, that'll be empty too, so we can just blow down through it. Like there's some kind of something in there. What is that? The lifters and the branch tube and all that stuff will stay in chassis until I get done sanding, because any dirt that gets flying around, I'll put towels in here too to cover it, but any dirt that gets there won't get all the way in. It'll be stuck on the crap that we're going to take out and replace. That's what I kind of would like to do. Just like that. Bang that thing off, and be careful. You use like a putty knife or something. Don't just pull on that. See how it's stuck to both of them? They put like a minuscule dab of sealant on there from the factory. So pull it off very gently. We don't want to disrupt the bed plate seal. Let's go ahead and put her upside down now. Nasty crap. It's splashing all over the floor. I guess this oil pan could be a lot worse. That might be salvageable. Okay, yeah, because we have an aluminum oil pan that's going on something. I don't know if it's the excursion or the lift gate, but not this. Zipped all the bolts out. Let's throw them right in the basket to be cleaned. There you go. Well, you can tell when you can just wiggle it around. I mean, it's nice if the oil pan would just stick. There we go. Bunch of nasty crap, but most of it's just water, because we did have water everywhere in it. Let's just see. Got a little on my finger here. No, it's just water bubbles. So water from washing it got down in it. I said we don't care about that water in there. It goes right to the bottom of that right there, keeping water out. Who cares? Let it go. And because I want to clean around the bore too. So when I'm power washing it, see, I want it to look all the way clean. So I just hit that son of a gun just to clean it, and it put water down in it. Well, at least we didn't go too long. Let's take it out. It is so hard to tell if it's bubbles or metal. But remember what that low pressure pump looks like, and then remember that we was washing it. You can tell if there's metal in it by taking it apart. You won't find out right here and be like, oh my God. No, normally that doesn't happen. It does feel a little gritty though. Ooh, there is some grit in there. Uh-oh. Huh. Yeah. We're gonna yank the lifters out and see how they are. Anyways, so good enough. I got dirty on this pan long enough. Let's get it in and say bye-bye. Okay, oil pan's in the big spray cabinet. Get that going right now. Now we'll get the pickup tube off, take another look around. What's in the pickup tube? Julie's pretty good at pulling that out. She'll see what the heck that is. This is another spot where you can see if there's metal, it will be in here. And it's not. It's just, that's just water bubbles, all those little specks. The oil itself looks ridiculously clean, so that's a very nice bonus. That's reassuring for what we're going through here. Okay, so from back when the Motorcraft jugs used to have the aluminum foil on it, we're digging stuff out of here. We got zip ties from the injectors. That's almost a prerequisite. I mean, if your pickup tube doesn't have zip ties in it from the injectors and some kind of stuff, then just be worried, because that means there's something big happening. This is normal. They have to be in there. Now we're back to right side up, wiped all this off, and we're gonna get the body shop block sander out. That's how we're gonna clean these deck surfaces, is sand them with, well, I don't know what grit we sand it with. You start with 60 grit. 120 grit, 200 grit, 300 grit. I mean, I kind of went a little aggressive to start with, so we've just played with, well, forget it, let's just do it. People have been asking for years how we prep deck surfaces, and you know, the cleaning that we have to do after doing this sanding is ridiculous. It is not something that you're just gonna do and then slap it back on. We have to go through, it takes a lot of brake clean, a lot of time, a lot of shop vac, blowgun, safety glasses, headphones, brush. It just takes a lot of cleaning to recover from the damage that I am about to do to this engine, because I'm about to do some damage when I start sanding on it. There is gonna be engine killing grit going everywhere. I have done this a whole freaking bunch, so it's not a big deal. Come on, internet ninjas, let me have it. There's one swipe. And once you do this, and this is a really aggressive grit, 36 grit. But do not put a fresh 36 grit piece of paper on. You need a piece of steel table. Whenever I put a new paper on, I always burn it on the table a little bit just to burnish the edges a little bit. But let's look over here on this side. That's what it looked like. Absolutely disgusting, and just one swipe. I'm talking 15 seconds. I spent 15 seconds on it and made it like that. Kind of looks like it's been surfaced. Look at all the ridges on it. Huh. Oh, that'd be great if this is a Ford reman. For all that talk with you, and then we got a Ford reman here. That'll suck. Honestly, we'll let her blow up. Because we're going with this. We are going with this. I took a quick look at rod bushings under there. I didn't get the camera out and inspect real close or even bar the engine over to double check, but I'm not doing anything with them. This is kind of another run what you brung. Of course, this is mine, so I'm running what I brung, because, you know, if it catastrophically grenades itself, let's get it over with. It's freaking nice. One quick swipe. It's going to clean it very, very well, but I don't know. I don't see any big mill marks from factory. You really think when they took the freaking engine out? Oh, I'm gonna be sad if they did. Got a little too much paint on it. It's gonna trash this piece of paper, but I'm gonna go ahead and let her eat on here. And just keep going until it's clean. I've done it many, many times that you can have finished surfaces coming from that block sander. The only thing that you got to do is physically wipe every inch of it to get the grit, because it locks the grit in the pores of the metal. If you take brake clean with a blue shop towel, like a roll of blue shop towels, you can spray some brake clean on a shop towel and then wipe it right there, and you'll get black crap off of it. So once we get done with this, we go around and physically wipe every inch of it. That way, when I put the head gasket on, the sealant can go into the pores of where that dirt is. That dirt will fill the pores, and the sealant can't get in there and seal it. So maybe that's what happened. Well, these are crap head gaskets, but if we don't wipe it off, think about it. It's just you're wasting your freaking time. All right, after a little bit of sanding, that's what we're left with. These were completely covered with paint and grime. Didn't even bother cleaning them, not a little bit, not even close. I washed them in the spray cabinet, got all the grease and grime off, and then painted them. And that paint actually stuck to the dirt that I needed to remove, so it actually does pretty good. We'll do the same thing with the deck surface here in a minute. It's just the exhaust is the nastiest part, and so is the first piece. The first grind, I already changed my pad, put a new piece of paper on it, and then you can take the paper and run it on the mat, and it'll clean the paper out. Oh, look at that, I already got a batch in it. Damn it. You can also kind of see the low spots, see where it needs attention. Very carefully, I will take a razor blade and get that, make sure the angle's good, and it's a brand new razor blade. Do not scratch the deck. You scratch the deck right here with a razor blade, you're in freaking trouble. I'm kind of starting to get a little concerned about this block. I don't see any factory mill marks at all. Those mill marks are gonna be about 1/4 of an inch away from each other. And if those are still there even a little bit, that means that they just cleaned the hell out of the surface with probably whiz wheel or something, cleaned the heck out of it, made it all uneven. But that body shop sander, I'm just gonna go for that to, I go up and down like this and real slow like the surfacer's going, and just let it cut across it. Absolutely a two-handed deal. Julie is busy over there working. She hasn't had time to come over here and show you guys actually doing one, but this is in progress. Look at all the nasty crap everywhere. Oh my God, you don't want that in your engine. Oh, what a freaking hack job. I can't believe he's doing that shit. Just definitely, most definitely, do not bar the engine over after doing this. I want the deck surface clean, and then we focus on cleaning out all the grit from cleaning the deck surface. It's a process. I mean, deck surface is just as important as everything else. So yeah, I mean, I found this is the most time efficient way to do it with the best results. I got me a brand new blade. This is being a little difficult. We have to, of course, this is a two-handed deal, and keep it on the plane and make sure the razor blade doesn't have any nicks in it. And you can scrape it right along there and it will not hurt the deck surface. It'll only take off the raised crap. That's what we're gonna work on. And then take brake clean and do a quick wipe off. It'll give it like a reset. If you go around this and brake clean, spray it on a towel and then wipe it off, and then go sand it again, it will sand way better than it will if I just go sand it right now again and try to sand it. Clean all the pores out of the metal and then put the sander back on and run it back over it. It's freaking wonderful. Okay guys, I had a thought that I wanted to put this whole truck on one quick video. It's only been like 2 days. We have not had very many days that this truck has been apart. Okay, maybe 5 days. I don't know how many days it's been, but it hasn't been very long. And we are completely disassembled now. So let's go ahead and cut this off. Actually, let's go ahead and get the oil pan done, because it's gonna take me a minute to put all this crap together so you guys can see. So I need paint on the oil pan. Once that oil pan is drying, then I'm gonna have brake time, because I'm waiting on paint to dry before I can physically hold the oil pan and lower it down on the engine. But I might use a hook. We've got a little hook for the drain plug that can work pretty good. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna work on the oil pan, get it freaking done.